So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there, because you get fluid. And next thing you know, once it go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. Things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are.
And I think we officially have our answer.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.
Alright guys, so the official purpose and reason for this video will be to provide you all actual confirmation to explain what's been going on with Justin Bieber. Not just conspiracy theories, not just rumors, but a confirmation from Justin Bieber's immediate circle. But before we get to that, let me remind you all what's been going on with Justin Bieber. As a lot of y'all remember, about 7 months ago, right before all the P. Diddy stuff took off, we covered on this channel the song Lonely by Justin Bieber, and we were speculating if that song was about Justin Bieber's experience with P. Diddy, if it was about him speaking about secret occults and societies in Hollywood. And listen, whether you're somebody that believes that secret occults and secret societies run Hollywood or not, I think we can all come together and agree that Justin Bieber has had one of the weirdest and strangest upbringings in Hollywood we've ever seen before. And I mean, outside of the fact, which is enough in itself, him spending one-on-one time with P. Diddy, some of the suspicious and weird and very questionable interviews they've given and they've had together, but other things as well when you look at the industry as a whole. And what I mean by that is, when you look at the way Justin Bieber was passed around and just treated in the industry altogether, we all can come together and agree that it was very, very strange that this kid was being sexualized at a very young age by both adult men and women.
Wow! I feel violated right now.
Has your mom given you the sex talk yet?
I mean, like, I really don't want to have that conversation with my mother.
Yeah.
Like I've kind of had it with my father.
You want to hear? Oh, really? See, my
bit.
parents never gave me the sex talk.
Okay.
So why don't you give me the sex talk?
I feel uncomfortable right now.
Oh.
Why do you want to know the sex talk from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird.
You know, I got believe.
Get that off of there.
Hey. Justin Bieber. I will squeeze your face. No, I will. No. Would you rather have to be naked on stage during one full song, or drink a cup of blended worms? Answer Justin Bieber.
Can I say this? Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
Well, since that point, over the last 7 to 8 months, Justin Bieber's behavior has only gotten worse. From his behavior in public and all the appearances he's made, I mean, the dude looks sick. He looks like he's broken. He looks like his mental health is deteriorating. He looks dazed. He looks high. He looks out of his mind. I really don't know a better way to put it, man. I really hate to say this about him, but it's true. He just looks out of his mind. He's attacking paparazzi. And Justin Bieber's name has only been buzzing even more when just a couple of weeks ago, you had actor Terrence Howard, who made a podcast appearance on the PBD podcast and had this to say about people in the industry, including Justin Bieber.
There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. They got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. You know, but when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What's that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there, because you get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. Things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. It's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to. That's what my assistant said. Oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication.
I don't want this video to be just an accumulation of all the things that we've been hearing about Justin Bieber. I want you all to take something new from this and a different angle from this. And this is what I need you all to understand. When you look at Justin Bieber and you look at the interviews he's given, I personally believe that he's been throwing out hints and throwing out signs and trying to tell the public, and he's been crying out for help for a very long time. Like when you take this interview right here that he did with this gentleman, and he basically said that he doesn't want Haley, who I believe is his wife, his girlfriend, his significant other, he doesn't want her to experience the same things that he experienced in the industry, because he felt like, and he still feels like, he has no one.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they loved me and, just turn their back on you in a second. I just want to protect her, I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
And then shortly after this interview, after Diddy was officially arrested, there were rumors about an alleged sex tape that was circling around Hollywood that allegedly showed P. Diddy taking advantage of a young, vulnerable Justin Bieber. And they were even going as far to say this tape was being shopped around.
I also was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because...
Wait a minute, say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before, so like a catch and kill.
Catch and kill, correct.
Wow, and I guess you can't reveal the person who is on
No,
the
I can't explain who the person was, but Mr.
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video, and I can tell the video.
Now listen, it was never confirmed if this tape was real or not, but one has to think when you just look at Justin Bieber's behavior, since all of these speculations have come out, he hasn't denied any of them. He hasn't made any public statements denouncing any of it, but his public image has taken a huge hit. And it doesn't help when you have videos like this where, you know, P. Diddy saw Justin Bieber and was patting him down as if he was checking to see if he was wearing a wire or wearing a tape with the police. I think this was a way for P. Diddy to see if he could still trust Justin Bieber. And if you even just look at Justin Bieber's reaction as P. Diddy is patting him down, I mean, he doesn't even seem bothered. He's just allowing him to do it, which that just made the hairs on my neck stand, because that told me personally that P. Diddy knew that something was coming. He didn't know what and he didn't know when, but he had reason to believe and inside information to believe that the feds were on his trail. And whether the tape is real or not, this is what I need people to understand, because a lot of people think that P. Diddy was doing a lot of this stuff to Justin Bieber because, you know, P. Diddy is an undercover homosexual or he's secretly intimate. It's bigger than that, bro. It's more than just about sexual attraction to somebody. It's a lot more going on in the industry, and I have reason to believe that P. Diddy went through it and that was his initiation into the industry. It's an initiation process. And a lot of people need to understand that a lot of these celebrities are being blackmailed. Allegedly, they're being blackmailed. A lot of them are a part of the same, not just Hollywood circles, but they're a part of the same occults. With, once again, we've said many times on this channel, I have reason to believe that the Freemasons do run the music industry. I do believe that they run Hollywood or Hollyweird. And I believe one of the things that they practice is blackmail. They secretly record these celebrities. And I think a lot of us have heard this up until this point. So this shouldn't be news for a lot of you. But a lot of us have reason to believe that they're secretly recording these celebrities doing things. And then they hold it over their head to make sure that they never break their oath. And so, yes, I am saying by default that Justin Bieber, while I do believe is a victim, also is a part of the same quote unquote brotherhood as a P. Diddy. And I have no other reason to believe that than Justin Bieber's behavior himself. When you look at some of his music videos, we've talked about this several times. I just dropped a video on Kevin Gates. You also go and check that out. When you look at the video for Where Are You Now? I mean, you clearly see the all-seeing guy. You clearly see the Masonic compass, which, by the way, reminds me who Will Smith is currently trending right now. This reminds me of one of Will Smith's early videos. Quite literally, you see some of the same symbolism in his early videos as well. Guys, this is not a coincidence. I need you to understand this is not a coincidence, because whether these, you know, celebrities and musicians have the creative control to be able to dictate what's in their videos or not, they see the same symbolism in their videos just like we do. Which brings me to my ultimate point in this video. What is going on with Justin Bieber? Are these rumors true? Well, according to, of all people, Candace Owens, she spoke to some people that's really, really close to Justin Bieber. And again, regardless of how you feel about her, you gotta believe what the woman is saying to be true, because for one, she's a public figure. Why would she come out and confirm that this has been told to her by Justin Bieber's immediate circle unless it was true? And she came out with what I believe to be a bombshell report or bombshell news that Justin Bieber is currently involved in a massive war with the music industry, as he does not care about the money. He does not care about the fame anymore. He wants out of Hollywood.
I have another crazy inside Hollywood scoop for you guys today, this time pertaining to Justin Bieber. This is crazy. Daily Mail, last 48 hours. Here are some headlines. Inside Kendall and Kylie Jenner's desperate attempts to help Hailey and Justin Bieber amid split speculation. Justin Bieber reacts to wife Hailey hitting an event without him amid rumors of a marriage breakdown. I'm told that Justin Bieber, just like Michael Jackson, is engaged in a war against musical executives, except the musical executives have gotten smarter over time. He wants out of Hollywood. He does not care about the money. He wants out. It is the same war which was fought by Michael Jackson. It is the same war which was fought by Ye. Okay? The talent is you, Justin Bieber. And if you are wanting to, as you have demonstrated, you know, lean into this next phase of your life where it is about family and it is about Christ, then know that there is absolutely nothing that can stop you. Just speak. Literally, I am begging you. Forget the contracts, violate them all. We're coming to the courtroom with you. Just speak. You have the strength to do that.
This changes everything. In my opinion, this changes everything because to me, this sort of confirms that some of the rumors, maybe not all of them, but several of these rumors are true because he's had to have heard the rumblings and all of the people. And you got celebrities even saying and alluding to what he may have experienced. And some of them aren't even saying alleged. They're saying that he definitely went through this in order to make it to the point that he's made it in the industry. And for them to tell a public figure that he's trying to get out of Hollywood, I think it speaks to some of the legitimacy of these claims. But not only that, I think it is a bit terrifying as well to hear this because Candace mentioned Michael Jackson, and we got several other celebrities that was trying to leave the music industry, that was trying to expose the music industry and trying to find different ways to do so. And we see what all happened to them. They all mysteriously passed away. They accidentally overdosed, or they intentionally overdosed. They drowned in the tub. They jumped off a building. I pray to God none of this happens to Justin Bieber, but you can't help but to think, okay, so if he's currently spiraling out of control in the public's eye, there are rumors about his marriage falling apart. There's all these gruesome conspiracy theories and rumors and claims that not only P. Diddy, but other people in the industry took advantage of this kid. You just can't help but to think what's next? What happens now? What does he do? Will he be asked to testify against Diddy? Will he just stop making music altogether? I don't know. But we saw what happened with Michael Jackson. We saw what happened with other people. If you break that oath, if you ever choose to speak out, it'll be the end of you. And that's essentially my thoughts, man. Y'all up in the comment section, y'all give me y'all thoughts on what y'all think about this. Were y'all familiar about Justin's immediate circle saying that he is currently trying to leave Hollywood and he is currently in a war to get out of his contractual agreements? Hop in the comment section, let me know. Pray for everybody involved in this video, mentioned in this video, not just Justin Bieber, not just myself, but all the others as well. As always, I'm Demetrius. I go by Diddy. That'll be all for Dilson, man. Until next time. Peace.
Oh, yeah, Diddy got a podcast.